What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Saturday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And unfortunately, the cold streak, well, it's not totally over. This happens before we get into a heater. We kind of sputter a little bit. We go 3-0 and then 2-1. And really, if we get the Lions, it would have been a 3-1. So really, it's like a 6-1 2-day stretch. But then we were bad in the beginning part of the week, and then last night, 0-3. The parlay is what it is, right? USC wins, Rockets lose, Red Wings lose, doesn't matter. So round robin lost, though. The round robin bets, that ticked me off. That was a bummer. So I got hit kind of with a double whammy there. But Memphis, yuck. The Bulls, I mean, wow, what a performance by Giannis. Huge game. Both Giannis and Wembanyama both went to business. They both hurt me on the round robin for USC. And if we had gotten the Rockets right, 4-1 loss, that was the bad bet of the parlay. But my gosh, Bulls, 4.5. They were in that game all the way until the fourth quarter, and then it was all Giannis. He took over. And the Memphis game was funky. I mean, bye, Memphis, you're done. So season over. I said it last night. Which Tulane team? They were so inconsistent. They looked horrible last week. And then like an NFL team, 1 week they're awful, the next week they're world beaters. So it happens. 0-3. We're down about a little over 4 units for the week. So we're on Saturday, we're on Sunday. We got plenty of time to have a winning week. Need to have a solid weekend. I got 4 bets for us coming at you here today in 3 sports. I'm not just looking at college football today. I'm not in love with the college football slate. There's some big games, but I don't think there's a lot of betting opportunities on this slate. It's not like a target-rich environment. So we will spend a lot of time breaking down the big games. Saturday, this morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time on the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. We only have a couple of these left. If you haven't jumped in before, we're running out of time, or you're running out of time to join us on the Discord channel for the Discord chat. So we'll go through all the games. I mean, there's some really big ones. Obviously, BYU and Texas Tech is a gigantic game. We've got Oregon and Iowa. I got a thought on that here in a second. We've got big games in the SEC, Texas A&M at Missouri. That's a big game. So Georgia, they're in action. Alabama's hosting LSU. So a lot of games to break down at 11 a.m. Eastern time on the Betting Pros Discord channel. Get there by going to bettingpros.com/chat. Speaking of Betting Pros, have you guys taken advantage of this offer? It is a pretty cool offer, and it's an offer that I think people don't realize. We're giving you 6 months of Betting Pros Premium for free. Just make a deposit and place your wager at a partner sportsbook. Premium gives you access to the sharp AI tools, the betting systems, the prop bet cheat sheet, the same game parlay builder, and more. All the tools you need to make you a better gambler. Claim your upgrade now at bettingpros.com/premium. That's bettingpros.com/premium. Okay, we begin with college football. UCLA and Nebraska. So normally when I'm cold, I've told you guys this before, I'll tend to go and bet the teams that I have the most experience with. Iowa State, Iowa, Nebraska, Virginia. These are Alabama, Auburn. These are the teams that I have covered in my career. So I tend to go back and look at the fact that UCLA is a pick-em against Nebraska with the injury to Dylan Raiola, and you have a freshman quarterback starting on the road against UCLA, and UCLA coming off of a bye. I'm really surprised this number's a pick. I got to be honest. I'm pretty stunned that this is a pick. Look, Dylan Raiola going out kind of ends the season for Nebraska. And I've really liked what Jerry Neuheisel has done so far. And yes, they got killed by Indiana. Okay, a lot of teams are getting killed by Indiana. So it's nothing to shake a stick at on this. Nebraska has an alumni base called Californians for Nebraska. There will be a lot of red at this game for Nebraska fans. Like, there will be quite a few. This won't be like, it's UCLA, so it's not really a huge home field advantage anyway, but there won't be a huge, there'll be emotion in the building for Nebraska. There'll be a lot of fans there. But I just think this offense is going to be able to move the football well enough, and I can't trust a young quarterback making a start on the road like this. I just can't see it. So much deflation in that injury. The loss last week for Nebraska was not good. I just think here we go again with the Huskers kind of finishing slowly or sluggishly with big injuries and just kind of a lot of disappointment. UCLA's off a bye. It's a pick. Simply a money line play on the Bruins to get a W. This game's on Fox, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time kick. I'm taking the Bruins. Give me the Bruins on the money line here to win and just not allow Nebraska much of a shot here. UCLA pick for 1.1 units. Second bet, Iowa hosting Oregon. Here's the thing with Kirk Ferentz at home in November. This guy does an incredible job of winning games like this. Games where you don't think Iowa's going to win. Iowa wins. Iowa's going to have Oregon in their building at Kinnick Stadium, and the weather is going to be all Iowa. Now, I know Oregon is not a warm weather place, and it's rainy and it's cold in Oregon. Yup. Midwest rain and Midwest cold with the physicality of Iowa. You combine all of that. Give me the Hawkeyes here. I'm catching 6.5 points. Oregon's a top 10 team. I'm not debating it, okay? But I think this Iowa offense should be able to move the football on Oregon. They should be able to run the football. They should be able to play ball control in possession. I don't hate a play on the under in this game, to be quite honest. It's Iowa, for goodness sakes. They play under games like crazy. But this feels like Iowa's defense is going to have a lot to say against this Oregon offense, and I like the Hawkeyes at home in front of their crowd with their weather. And Kirk Ferentz at Kinnick Stadium in November is such a great place. It's such a good person to back here to jump in. I'm not going to be stunned if Iowa shocks Oregon and wins the game outright. The weather is perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect here. All about this Hawk defense for Iowa. Can the Hawkeyes keep Oregon under 24 points? If they can do that, they can win the game outright. Maybe a tough task, but I'll take the points. Plus 6.5. I'll take Iowa plus 6.5 at home up against Oregon. Before I give you the two other plays, let me tell you about our friends at Hard Rock, as they are the presenting sponsor of the Daily Juice podcast. It is that golden time of the year where there's so much to bet on. College football, college hoops, hockey, NFL football, NBA basketball, and more. If you've not tried your first bet at Hard Rock Bet, there's still time to do so. It's a $5 bet. If it hits, you get your winnings and $150 in extra bonus bets. Hard Rock Bet is the only book in Florida, but it's also live in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado. More coming soon. Plus, Hard Rock Bet offers new promos every day. Download the Hard Rock Bet app today and make your first deposit. Arkansas at Michigan State. John Calipari's team is loaded, and I mean loaded. The Spartans being favored, I think, has a lot to do with KenPom. So KenPom has this as a 2-point win for Michigan State. And Michigan State's going to be good. I mean, there's no debating that Michigan State's going to be very good. However, Acuff is going home. He's from Michigan, and there are so many people who are ecstatic about this. He's going to have a lot of friends and family in the building. And I think when you look at this overall season projection, Michigan State's going to be good, but this is more about Arkansas to me. This is more about what the Razorbacks are going to bring to the table and just how dominant this Razorback team could wind up being this season. Like, I get it. Izzo is unbelievable. And he's at home. Calipari has never played Izzo at Michigan State. This is a first, okay? This is unique. But the Razorbacks are a team where Darius Acuff Jr. could very well be a name we're talking about throughout the entire year. And there's so many fab freshmen we're talking about, but this is the guy who I think people need to really start talking about. The backcourt for Arkansas people are talking about Arkansas, that this is a team that could very well be in the Final Four. Okay. I'm going to take a darn good Arkansas team that's young and unproven that probably should be favored by more, that probably should be the pick here, but they're catching 1.5 points up against Michigan State. Look, the Breslin Center is an extremely hard place to play, but I was doing some talking with people who are in the know. They think this Arkansas team, the ceiling is extremely high. And even though their first 3 games kind of throw it out the window as to what they're going to look like because it's meaningless, this Arkansas team has a chance to do some big things. Again, KenPom likes it as a 2-point win for Michigan State, but I'm going to go the other way here. I think we got something going with Arkansas. I like John Calipari. I love this backcourt. I think Arkansas finds a way to get it done. Fun basketball game, but I'll take the points. Let's go Arkansas plus 1.5 for 1.1 units. And finally, a straight system play. Just straight off the trends. Vegas is welcoming in Anaheim tonight. Vegas, 9 for 13 to a first period over. Anaheim, 9 and 13 of 13 to a first period over. That is 69.2%. It is the top 2 teams in hockey playing against each other, first period overs. I don't care who's in net. It doesn't really matter to me. It looks like it's going to be number 1 goaltenders, but you're talking about 2 teams that simply give up a goal and score a goal quite consistently. In the first period, from a goal scoring perspective, Anaheim has scored 13 goals in the first period. The Vegas Golden Knights have given up or have scored 13 goals as well in the first period. I just think these are teams that are going to score. And I also think that they're teams that are going to be giving up goals as well here, as Vegas has given up goals early, as have Anaheim. Vegas is a team that, let's see, they're giving up, how many goals? Vegas given up 12 goals so far, and Anaheim's given up 13 goals so far. Anaheim 13 scored, 13 given up. Vegas 13 scored, 12 given up. That's how you get a first period over here. Both teams to score or 2-0. It's 4 straight games for a first period over for Anaheim. Let's make it 5. Anaheim and Vegas over 1.5 goals in the first period at -140. All right, 4 plays for us here on a Saturday. UCLA against Nebraska. Bruins pick. Iowa at home plus 6.5 against Oregon. Arkansas on the road. College basketball up against Michigan State, catching 1.5 points. And Anaheim and Vegas over 1.5 goals in the first period here at -140 for 1.4 units. My name is Matt Perrault. I will talk to you guys on the Discord channel chat coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern time on the Betting Pros Discord channel. To get there, bettingpros.com/chat. You can also follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.